What's going on, YouTube? Today we have a long-awaited video, man. You guys have been blowing me up, asking for my settings, dude, and I finally got you today with just that. We're gonna go through the controller settings, man, the audio settings, graphics settings, every setting in between, top to bottom, dude. I wanted to post this video quicker, but the reason why I waited is because when the first week the game's out, man, you're constantly changing settings and whatnot, so I want to make sure that all my settings were set in stone before we hopped into this. So let's go. Okay, guys, so starting with our controller settings, man, I use tactical flipped. If you're on a PS4 controller, I would flip the triggers because the top triggers are really good and it's pretty much like built-in trigger stops. If you use any other controllers, maybe just get trigger stops or like a custom controller. But regardless, man, tactical flipped is what I play and I do prefer that. And I use 20 sensitivity right now, man. A lot of folks, since I do use 20 cents, like say like, Cammy, should I switch? And I oftentimes tell people no. I think I would be better on a lower sense. I was trying 88 cents with 0.85 ADS and that felt really clean. At the end of the day, the higher sensitivity you're on, the more errors you're gonna make and the harder it is to stay consistent on that. And obviously we've done a pretty good job, but I do think the high sensitivity also does not feel as good in this game for whatever reason. So I may lower my sensitivity, but for right now it's on 2020 as it's been for a real long time, and give that a go if you want to. For my dead zones, I use 0.06. This is depending on your stick drift. If your controller is very old, or if you dropped it once and you just got real unlucky, you may need to bump this up a little bit higher to not have stick drift, but obviously having this on lower is probably better just to have a little bit more responsive of a controller. But I have mine on 6, which usually keeps the stick drift away, and we're also keeping the dead zone, you know, relatively low. And the left and right trigger on 0, just to have that quicker ability to aim in and shoot. You know, we're talking milliseconds, but it does make a difference. And going on over to the aiming, this is all on 1. I did not change this. Look conversion, I kept that the same. Look conversion, all this is all standard. Instant for this, there is a couple players that play on gradual. I might experiment with gradual, but for right now I have instant. I think that's what most people use. I have the dynamic aim response curve on with a 1 slope. Dynamic, I do think, is probably the smoothest and snappiest of kind of the aim response curve / aim assist. And I do use custom sensitivities for each zoom. 0.51 for the first 3, 0.7 for these 2, and then the 1 on the high zoom. You can keep this on and off. I do like having, you know, the ability to customize each scope. So I do really like that. Aim assist on, obviously. For this, man, a lot of people think this doesn't do anything, which it actually does. You do want to go in here and turn this off. Some people would say turn it on. I really don't think that is the case. I've experimented with both, and I do think having this off is valid. So make sure you have that off. Over to movement, tactical sprint assist, put that on 0, so you go right into attack sprint a lot quicker. Obviously, all of these on. Mantle assist, turn that off. You do not want to be mantling automatically on the things that's going to mess you up in the middle of gunfights. Crouch assist, have that turned off. Corner slice, this is up to you. This is like when you go around a corner and it's kind of like a Rainbow Six peek style where you like peek out from the side. On enemies' screens, you are fully exposed. So I think having this on is kind of misleading, but I do like how it like looks and feels when I'm doing it. So I just kept it on, but you could put that on and off. Doesn't really matter. I have this on hybrid, so I'm able to dolphin dive instantly and also have that really responsive slide cancel. Sprint restore on, slide maintain sprint on. Parachute automatic behavior, turn that off so you're not freaking pulling your parachute 100 feet up in the air when you don't need to be. Mantle cancels reload, have that off. And then, you know, copy these if you want. And vehicle, I don't think I changed any of this. Check it out anyways. We'll leave no stone unturned in this settings video. And just copy any of these settings, dude. These are pretty standard. I think most people kind of agree these are the settings to use. But honestly, I kind of want to turn this to prioritize finishing move, honestly. Let's throw that on, actually. And then the combat advanced settings, make sure you copy these. These are all super valid, and you're going to want these on for sure. I'm actually going to put that to paired. I love how I'm going through the settings video and finding out settings I need to put on. But yeah, hey, we're figuring it out as we go. All right, on to the next one. Okay, and on to our graphics settings. I have full screen exclusive on. I do think full screen exclusive is what everybody should play on, especially in a game like this where like milliseconds really matter. Full screen borderless is pretty much telling your PC not to focus on the game. Exclusive, you know, it shuts everything else down and it completely focuses on your game. You want this on for sure. I do play on 1440p. That's going to depend on how good your PC is. And then obviously my refresh rate of my monitor. Brightness at 55. I've kind of used that standard in all games. Depends on your monitor though. VSync off. I'm going through these kind of quick, but you can always slow the video down or pause the video. I have my frames capped at pretty much my monitor, refresh rate or whatever. And yeah, copy those. Quality, I have everything on pretty much low to maximize the frames. You copy these if you would like. And I'm just gonna go through these quickly because these are the kind of ones, like, I don't know what they all do. My friend that actually has built both of my PCs, he's a big PC guy. Shout out to my boy FPS Reese. But these are the settings that he's found to be the best for FPS. So that's what I'm more focused on when I'm playing. 120 affected. You want to make sure this is on affected. If you're playing on independent, you're gonna have way more recoil. A lot of people always say, like, oh, you got a Cronus, like you have no recoil on your guns. I mean, this is the reason. If you have independent on, your recoil is gonna be like 10 times that of somebody unaffected. So make sure you have that on. You want motion blur off. That's just gonna make your screen distorted when you're turning. You do not want that. You want full visibility. 50% less camera shake when you're shooting and whatnot. And on to our audio settings. This is all going to depend on your headset, so this is not one size fits all. I do have a tune on my audio to make it a bit better. These settings right here I have found have made the footsteps a little bit more bearable. Make sure you have this on, and then that on personalized. Sucker punch, which I found is the best. And then make sure you have asymmetrical on. I do think that makes the audio a bit better, the footsteps. And then just copy these for the left and right channel frequencies. I think these have helped with footsteps a little bit, but the audio is still not great, if I'm being honest. And then have this on, and then I have that on classic just because I think it looks a little bit better. Voice chat settings don't really matter. We'll skip that. On to our interface. I have my frames displayed and whatnot. Subtitles. I have color customization on. I got these on these colors. It makes the map a little bit better. It makes the icons on the map pop out a little bit more. And then for gameplay HUD, just copy all these. The square mini map on. That's gonna make the mini map a bit bigger, give you a little bit more visibility of the map. And then we have our crosshair on. My crosshair settings. We have our crosshair on green right now, which I think it's kind of cool if they add that. It's a real simple thing, but it is nice. It is nice they can change the color of it. Kind of reminds me of CSGO, to be honest. And that's it, man. Okay, guys, I hope these settings helped out somebody watching, man. These settings got us to a 10 KD in the previous game and got us sitting at a 7.30 KD as of right now, man. I'm by no means the best player, but we do pretty well in the island, and these are the settings that we whipped up for Warzone 4. So I hope these do help out. If they did, leave a comment down below and let me know what setting you didn't have on or didn't have off that maybe helped you out. And leave a suggestion of a setting that maybe I should check out if there's one I missed in this video. So I appreciate y'all. I will see you guys on the next video. And peace out.